Yes.
Madam, thank you very much for permitting me to speak on Jammu and Kashmir. I'm glad the Home Minister is here. State is going through great turmoil. Unfortunately, this turmoil doesn't seem to end. We still have terrorism, there is no doubt about it, and we have to meet it. But only solution is not army or the police. The Home Minister was kind enough to go with the parliamentary delegation to the state, and there he met people other than those who belong to the Hurriyat. It would have been a very good thing if he had met them also, so that they would also put their view. Please listen to me. They would have also put their points, and maybe then something could have been arrived at. Without discussion with the people, we'll arrive nowhere. Already, as other members have spoken, 2 years were spent by late Padgaonkarji and his team. They visited every place, met everyone. That report still is here and has not been presented by the government to the parliament, which should have been done, so that everyone would know what they saw and what their view was. But nothing was done. Today, we have now the President's rule. And in that President's rule, there is direct rule from Delhi. Now, that is not also a solution to the problem of Jammu and Kashmir. You will have to hold elections there, and those elections will have to be held as soon as possible, so that an election comes there and they can look after the affairs of the state. In that, Government of India's help will be greatly needed, because lots of assistance will be needed to develop that state from the destruction that it has gone over the years. Madam, we have 3 regions of the state, distinct regions: Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir. All united together, it's like a mini India. And if we do not protect everyone in that mini India, we will not be able to safeguard the people of that state. One of the things that is this unfortunate killing that takes place. It's all right if you kill militants, none of us will be against it. But when civilians get killed into it, it has a great shock, and those of us who stand with this nation are really pulled back. Yes. We no longer hold our ground. Therefore, my request to the Government of India is, sir, Madam, that something has to be done immediately, not waiting too long. And it has to be done now. Unless we do this. Now, many of even our projects have not been undertaken.
Thank you.
Already, you have seen yourself, sir, even the tunnel that had to be started long time ago in Zujila still stands undone. Rail, which should have been there in 2015, still is not there. And they say now it's 2015 that we'll see the rail. The road itself is in a very bad critical condition. Just 30 kilometers between Ramban and Banihal. This stretch continues to create trouble for us. Small rain and that road is washed out. Madam, as you know, this used to be a heaven once. Unfortunately, it has been turned into a hell. Now, this hell can be retrieved now. Many of you will not like if I say that our neighbor has a part of our land. You all know that land exists with them. Part of that land has been given also to China, Akshay and the areas, which they had no right to give, but they did give it. Now, I'm very sorry to say, no solution from terrorism will come till some sort of a way is found in talking to that country. Now, already you have seen, you have got a corridor for the Sardars to visit Kartarpur.
Yes.
Now, similarly, our Kashmiri Pandit brothers want Sharika Devi, the temple, to be visited. No action has been taken to this day that some movement should be made so that these people could go and visit the temple. That has not been done.
Thank you.
Sir, my request to you is that unless we move forward without hatred between each other, many of the policies I may not like of yours, and many of the policies you may not like of mine. But if India has to survive, then Kashmir has to be given a priority that it needs. No longer, madam, I beg of you, no longer can we continue to suffer as we are suffering today. Now, how much you may say, every village is electrified. But when we have no electricity, what will you electrify? To this day, we continue to suffer after 70 years of independence of India. We do not have a good power. This needs, I need only 1 minute more. I request to all of you, all members of this House, irrespective of which party you belong to, please help us to get that state back to normal. Not by killing, but by winning hearts. Prime Minister himself announced from the rampart of the Lal Killa that we have to win the hearts. And I want to say here, the last word, what Bajpai ji said on the borders of, just near the Pakistani border, and they could hear what he was saying. He said, friends can be changed, neighbors cannot be changed. And neighbors, we either live with friendship with them and progress, or disharmony, and thereby our progress and their progress will come down. My appeal to all this House and to every Indian is, please own Jammu and Kashmir, own the people of Kashmir. We are not Pakistanis. We are not militants. We are part of this land. We have joined this land. Please help us to get out of this tragedy that we are facing today. Thank you, ma'am, for your time.